MBA is not just an academic course. Your programs, even your everyday assignments require a good amount of logic. So your logic has to be developed and strong. So it may be a Chinese student, it may be an Indian student, it may be a Malaysian student or a Canadian student. The more real world experience they have, the better logics they can deliver.
So hi Nimish, welcome to Yocket Connect. I'd like to begin this interaction understanding about your background.
So basically, I have been working with the Indian Institute of Technology, like IIT Delhi. I was an employee over there. I was the project scientist for a road transportation and consultant for a professor. So before that, I'm basically a mechanical engineer by education and entrepreneur by profession. So I've been working in my own companies. I've run 3 companies in India, sold them, and then moved on. So master's degree in Ottawa actually was a decision to come to Canada because I wanted to work on certain things which only North American business landscape was providing. So I found it apt that it is good to go for a master's degree rather than spending money on direct immigration and then going out all in. So it is better to have a good school supporting you as well, and you have some sense of security because for the next couple of years you are engaged with them. So hence the master's degree, and of course I wanted to be involved in business, so hence the MBA.
Was Canada your first choice, or you also considered other countries like US and UK?
Canada was actually my first choice because 2 reasons. The kind of business I am in, there is a good supplementary, or what do you call, facilitating industry in Canada that is growing. Also, Canada gives you easy access to US. So rather than fighting for immigrating to US, why not get a little bit lucky in Canada and then move down south?
I want to understand how you think doing an MBA in Canada, right? How you think that will help you ahead in your career, maybe as an entrepreneur or anything else that you end up taking.
So getting down on MBA was actually a decision that I had to take because MBA is one of the most, after your medical degrees, MBA is one of the most expensive cohorts or programs anywhere in the world, perhaps. So that reason why it is expensive is, I understand it, and why that is, it may not give you the best of the academics or best of the education, but the people you are connected to, those people know where the world lives and how it is operated. So that it gives you access to that resource. And when you know how to use that resource, because a mere degree is maybe or maybe not going to help you, but the network that you build in that, because I'm sitting with someone next to my, like on the next seat, to someone who has a similar aspiration, who wants to work and network. And that similar mindedness helps out throughout the program and far beyond it. I have met professors who are so well connected in top of the parliamentary positions and top of the business line. Like one of my professors just helped me get in touch with the director of Deloitte Canada, just a casual conversation. So that gave me a hint that, boy, these guys are connected well.
In the previous answer, Nimish, you mentioned one interesting point, which is MBA is expensive. You do it from Canada or anywhere else in the world, MBA is expensive, right? So did you ever had this dual thought in your mind that should I go for such a huge investment? Were you ever in the dual mind? And if yes, how did you convince yourself that, no, I need to go ahead for this?
Yes, it is a big investment because I see like people of like parallel to me who are in the business school itself, but not pursuing MBA, like masters of something else. So like let us say masters of international business or something like that. It is half or maybe less the tuition itself. So that choice had to be made because it is considered, one, the degree is powerful in its own self if pursued from a good university. Second, there is a holistic approach to business that comes on paper, like that comes on plate. So it is easier to absorb. It gives you a lot of experience to manage your time. MBA is intense. Like I do not remember how my last 8 months went. I did not step out of Ottawa for last 8 months after coming to Canada. Whereas people who are in Carleton itself and doing master's program were having time of their lives. And there are and all our 90 MBA students were stuck doing shit that was never ending. So that rigorousness of the course actually was very hard and like hard set in my mind that I want to do that. So as from an investment point of view, I did give a couple of thoughts to many universities, like where should I put this money in. But due to my personal preference of geography, like Ottawa itself, because it is the capital city of Canada, I wanted to be here. Carleton was a good and upcoming business school, so I thought it is worth it.
Which were the universities that you considered?
I actually went for University of Alberta and U of T, and we don't go for British Columbia, Brock University. Yes. So I applied only in 4. They are all 4 located in the top political areas of the country.
Can you also give me a quick idea of how your course looks like? How long is the duration of your MBA? And similar to India, do you also have similar specializations over there, or are they different from the ones that we see in India?
The specializations are different, yes, and the course overall varies in length from, not exactly varies, it is up to you. So it goes for 3 terms, that is fall, winter, fall, and summer you get a 4-month co-op period in between. Other than that, the course actually covers a lot of ground on, like I'm an engineer, so I had no experience in business administration, but since I have been working deeply in administration of business, so I had a bit of knowledge, practical knowledge about how things happen. So that is why now that is where I understand the importance of work experience before and after MBA. So because there are a couple of students who just passed out, had 1.5 year of work experience and started their MBA course. You see the difference between a 5-year work experience person and a 1-year work experience person like this. It takes you less than a minute to figure out that okay, this person is because MBA is designed to build upon what you've already learned. It is going to help you further polish your industry knowledge or maybe industry approach.
How is your cohort like? Are there a lot of Indians, as the common perception goes that Canada is basically just like a second India, or there is a good mix as well of other nationalities?
There is a good mix. If I talk about because of COVID, they actually divided us into 2 cohorts. So we're basically 60 students. Like our MBA cohort only has 60 students. So they further divided us into 30 batches of 230. Because the first when we were starting, they divided us into 2 cohorts because of COVID. They filtered it out according to time zones. That cohort B will run from early morning 8:30, so that people in other countries who have not been able to fly in Canada yet can manage that. And the other one is cohort A, who are already there in Canada. So there are many Indians in cohort B, but in cohort A, there is a good amount of mix and Chinese. There's a good Chinese population that has managed to land in the MBA course. So all in all, I would say there is a heavy mix of Indian, Chinese, Middle Eastern, and Canadian.
Now that you look back on this entire journey till now, if I have to ask you that, let's say if tomorrow there's another batch of Indians coming to Canada for their MBA, what is that one advice that you would like to give to them that you have learned from your own experience, which you would want them to know at the beginning of their course itself? It could either be something about the country or something about the course. So what would that be?
First of all, before you get here, don't be too scared of the paperwork. I did my application to all the universities by myself, without any consultant, without anything. And I did my even till date, I did my visa myself, got it stamped. I got my work and study permit renewed myself. I got my next passport renewal here in Canada, and I'm applying for my PR as well. Same myself. So the more you get scared, the more people try to take advantage of you. Number one. Second, it is not so difficult or different here in Canada. And third, you have to be very careful about spending money, because in India you are habitual of buying a 30 or 40 rupees or 50 rupees bread. And here, when you see that the bread is only $3, you see a gap that, oh, this is only $3. But that $3 is bigger than what you used to spend. So that spending perception of expenditure is, it can be hurtful to people. So that is something that you should actually keep in mind, because you may be spending only $10, but those $10 are a different kind of $10. So once you get habitual to that you start understanding how the pricing system works here, so you'll be better off that way. And always take your tax into account, because this is a tax heavy country.